Today.
Not right now.
Thanks.
Bye, Enzo. Bye-bye. Hello?
There he is.
There it is. Cool.
Hey,
How's it
I
going?
like the beard.
What's up, bro?
Thank you.
That's pretty clean.
Yeah. I work with a beard company, so I get beard products to try to keep it nice and trimmed up.
Yeah, I just actually just saw a pretty interesting shaver on or like shave. What's that called? Razor.
Yeah.
On Facebook. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But,
Do you guys have product that helps people grow hair?
Yeah, they have a grow beard serum. It's not really made to grow. Like, you can't rub it on your skin and it'll grow facial hair, but you can rub it on your beard to help it grow back or grow more full and everything like that. It softens it up. It allows the hair follicles, because like your hair follicles are really stiff at the end of it, and that's what pushes through your skin. But then you want everything else to be softened up. And then when you shave it down a little bit, it comes back fuller and nicer each time. So it's a pretty cool product. I've used it a few times. My beard used to be like really big though, and I just had a mishap when I was trying to do some styling on it, and I cut down one side too small and then the other side too small, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna shave it all off and start all over again. So
Nice. This is me. I think this is probably a week. I don't do facial hair. It's just nothing.
I don't do real hair. That's why I'm always wearing hats and stuff.
Oh God.
that's where I'm at. Yep.
Yeah, I just shaved my head now, and I got the good facial hair, so I'll do that. Sorry about the delay there. My boss was on the phone with me going over something I had to take care of really quick. So
Nice. What do you do at the beard company?
The beard company is just a company I work with. I posted to my Instagram like 3 years ago or 2 years ago that I was out of a beard product, and I'd found it at this random shop, and I went to their website, and it turns out they went out of business. And so I was like, dang it, does anyone have any recommendations for beard stuff? And this random beard company out of Tennessee reached out to me, and they were like, hey, I'd love to send you some stuff to try out. So they just sent me some, and then they sent me a letter like, hey, we're looking for ambassadors. And then we kind of started a relationship from there. I started doing some videos for them and all sorts of other stuff. So I don't really work with them at all. I just kind of am an influencer / content creator with them. My full-time job right now, I work with an optics company for like hunting optics and like shooting and binoculars and stuff. And then I own my own company doing video production as well. So.
Wow, look at you, man.
We got a lot of things going on.
That's cool. That's exciting.
Yeah.
JC, how about you do some proper intro since
Yes, sir. So, Mark, this is John Boersma. I actually met him originally, how many years ago to your dad, John, at this point? Almost 10 at this point?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. And again, it's, John grew up underneath entrepreneurship and businesses and all this sort of stuff. So, I mean, everything that he's doing is like literally second nature to him. And anyway, very creative guy. I personally was a big fan of his Johnny Depp phase, where he was going to different conferences as a redo of John, or what's Sparrow? Jack Sparrow. Yeah, he does a really great Jack Sparrow. And
nice.
Anyway,
full
like
costume,
said,
full outfit,
full thing, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the walk, the talk, the accent. I had the whole costume. So
nice. Did you go like method? Are you a method actor? You just like you just live as Jack Sparrow for like 4 days in a row?
Yeah, pretty much. I do that. It got me in trouble a few times because I wouldn't drop my accent, and cops thought I was drunk, and I wasn't. But got pulled over one time, and they thought I was drunk, and I wouldn't drop it. So they're like, "We're gonna need you to drop it," and I just wouldn't let it go. So I was like, but yeah, it was pretty funny. So,
well done. Well done. I appreciate the commitment to your character.
Yeah, for sure. It was a good
And
time.
John, likewise, Mark and I go back about 13 years now. I first got to know him when I was still in college, and he was already starting to make a name for himself even back then. He's been financially free for what, 15 or something like that, Mark?
Not quite. Like, yeah, it's like 12, something like that.
12, yeah. But anyway, he has that all figured out, and now as I'm developing a family, it's just like, yeah, we need to revisit that. So the last year or so, I
Kids do
got
that.
back with them and started doing some things. So
Kids do that for sure. You got family or anything, John?
Yeah, I have a lot of family back in Illinois. I got 4 sisters, 2 brothers. I'm married now. We don't have any kids. We just have dogs and rabbits. So
Dogs and rabbits. Nice.
dogs and rabbits, yeah.
Nice. Where are you from in Chicago?
Naperville area. So
No way.
I
Where'd you
grew
go to
up
high
in
school?
Naperville and Warrenville. So
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Warrenville South for about a half a semester. I was homeschooled till my junior year. And
Okay.
then I finished up high school so I could graduate early, going to military school actually in Illinois. So
Oh, nice.
high school wasn't working out for me too well. I didn't know a lot of people. It's kind of a weird homeschooler. So I went to military school to try it because I was going to go into the military at the time. And so I decided to go to military school kind of.
Did you go to that one that's in like Batavia? What's that one called?
No, not Marmion. I went to
Marmion.
one out in Rantoul, which was kind of a culture shock for me because I was the only kid not court ordered to go there. And I thought it was like a whole different thing. So I was this little homeschool kid that had never been in a fight in my life, going somewhere that everyone was court ordered to go there. So
Wow.
it was a culture shock. It was really cool though, and I met a lot of cool people. And but after that, I didn't pursue the military route after that, just for various reasons. And I had started going to school for media and production and stuff like that. So just kind of one thing led to another. But
before we get started, I just want to say, John, I admire the legendary Halo 3 helmet in the background there. I just saw that.
oh heck yeah!
That's
Still
a good
got it.
eye. Good eye there, JC. Well
Yeah,
done.
my little trophy room. It's kind of a mess right now because I'm trying to prep. I got a bear hunt coming up next week, and so I'm trying to prep, and I got everything laying around. And I got all my camera gear and other stuff. So
I'm sorry, did you just say you have a bear hunt?
yeah, I'm finally doing one of my dream hunts because I haven't been doing a lot of hunting, but since I work with a company that sells hunting optics, I got invited to go on a black bear hunt in Idaho. So I'll be spending 5 days in the wilderness hunting giant bears. So it's going to be fun.
Wow.
A little scary, hopefully not too bad, but hopefully I don't get eaten.
That's that'd be ideal. So your wife would appreciate that. How long you been married?
I've been married for, it'll be 4 years this September. So
Oh, congrats, man. That's awesome. How you enjoying married life?
it's got ups and downs.
Got it?
It's good. We've moved around a lot. We spent a year in Illinois, then we moved to Tennessee. I've kind of bounced all over. I grew up in Illinois, moved to Utah, moved back to Illinois, moved to Tennessee, moved back to Illinois, moved to Tennessee, and moved out here, all in the last 10 years. So I just turned 32 days ago. So
Happy birthday.
thank you. I'm finally 30, and I'm like, oh geez.
What's the what do you want this decade to look like for you? What's the 30s all about?
Probably, I mean, we sold our first home, so we're probably going to get a home out here in Arizona. So my goal is by the third house I have to have it paid off. So we took our first house, did work on it, added on to it, double our investment, take all that equity, roll it over to the next home, and then do that again. Hopefully by the third home, we'll have it mostly, or if not completely paid off by the time we do that. Right now we're renting. I hate renting, but I didn't want to just move out to Arizona and not know the area and where I wanted to do it because I kind of picked up within 30 days and moved here because of a job opportunity. So probably just build my business up, continue working with Right On, the optics company I work with. Fairly small at the time. They're kind of up and coming, but they're also, I think Business Magazine rated us as one of the fastest growing optics companies in the United States. So that's pretty cool. and hopefully maybe a board position on there or something right now. Right now, I run all their social media, digital marketing, video stuff. So, yeah, the only reason I even moved out to here to work with them, because I've owned my own company for the last, well, since I'm about 21, but actually started working for myself since I was like 16. Never liked working for anyone else. Never liked working a 9-to-5 job, but absolutely love the people I work with, love the job I have. I pretty much get to do everything I love doing already, but I get paid to do it, and I get paid to go hunting and shoot video and shoot guns and all the other stuff I love to do. So it's pretty awesome. So I can't complain too much, actually, really at all. And I work from home most of the week. So
nice. So it seems like life is pretty set, man. Life's a happy place.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. So I mean, I love the West ever since I left Utah 5 years ago. I've been wanting to move back out west, and I'm very big on outdoors and hiking and all that stuff. So I can make decent videos in Illinois, but the scenery is not that awesome.
Sure. Well, I'd love to see some of your stuff, man. I'm guessing you got it. Are most of the videos with this optic company, are those yours? Where do you have most of your stuff?
I have a website, johnshorizon.com.
John Horizon.
Yeah, JONS, johnshorizon.com. And I have a bunch of examples on there. I think I have probably 50 something videos on there now. Some with the optics company, some with my own stuff, and all sorts of other random videos and stuff like that.
So the goal is to keep building the video production side of your business?
Yeah.
I mean, that's your business, yeah.
Yeah. So I got my drone license last year, so that was a big thing. And I have myself a 4K drone, so I do a lot of drone footage, real estate footage. I have my real estate license when I was in Tennessee. So I did real estate for a while, and did that stuff. And then I'm actually, after I get back from my bear hunt, probably in June, I'll be buying myself a new cinema camera to do a lot more stuff there, since I'm kind of getting to know people around here and able to build my business up here. Because every time I move, I kind of start over. I have a lot of remote clients I shoot for all over the country, but I have to kind of get to know local people and all that stuff, especially when it comes to like real estate and drone work and stuff like that. So
Sure. Is the goal to just keep building that up, and you want to like kind of build and scale it to something like really huge, or you just wanting to make it really profitable and keep it small and lean and flexible? What's the
keep it manageable. I mean, if I have two brothers, younger brothers, I'd love to get to a point where I can bring them on or convince them to move out here, because it's a lot more fun to have my brothers around.
That's adorable.
Yeah, it's not to make millions and stuff, but it's I'd love to have a company where I can bring others on, or bring other people on, and pretty much have them run a lot of it, and train other people. I love working with younger guys. I still talk to one of my ex's brothers who's really looked up to me and didn't really have a father figure, so he's always asking me on how to kind of build up his own business and stuff like that. So I'd love an opportunity to maybe employ other young men and help them have their own business or run them, because video editing and stuff, I mean, it's a very creative side to it, but it's not hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you can learn it. You have all these YouTubers that learn how to do it, and they make tons of money, and all they have to do is learn how to do basic stuff on their phone starting out. So,
yeah,
that's kind of the plan. Build up the company enough where I can help others with the company. So.
Oh, that's cool. Good for you, man. That's really awesome. Well, let me tell you real quick a little bit about me and my story and background and all that kind of stuff. And I don't necessarily know where connections might go, but it's always good being networked with good people. And I trust JC, and JC, JC's a good dude, man. So
yeah, he's got a great eye. So.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He's a good connector. He's some people are really talented with that, and I just trust him a lot. So yeah, I'm a Chicago dude. I grew up over in like Woodridge, Downers Grove. I went to Bennett over in Lisle, and so so I kind of grew up around the same area as you did. And went to school at Loyola, graduated with a degree in theater and education. So I paid my way through school being an actor, actually. I did like commercials, industrials, and theater and film. So that was that was my world. And then I started my first business when I was 21. I founded a film festival when I was coming out of college. And so that's what kind of got me down the entrepreneur route, and, building stuff for myself. And that one wait for someone else to pay me for the rest of my life. Yeah, it was actually when the last like short film that we did. Yeah, I found myself like sending it to all these festivals. Me and my buddy that I did the film with, and just like, who are these people? They just like, it's just some dude that made up a festival, and here we are like begging them to be. I'm a dude. I can make a film festival, whatever. And so we made a film festival, and that's what we did. And yeah, but it was a really good learning lesson. You know, you don't know what you're doing. I mean, when you're 21, you're just making it up as you go, right? And I didn't really know anything about like building and scaling, and so it was always tied to like me and how much can I do and how much can I crank out. And I was like, okay, you know, duly noted. As I grow stuff, I need to grow it in a way that's not 100% tied to me, you know? And so I wanted to go that route. I didn't really know exactly how to do it, so I was just kind of keep my eyes open. I did the corporate thing for like 5-6 years. I was an executive recruiter in accounting and finance and IT for like 5-6 years. And, you know, it's corporate sales. It's good money, but it's still someone else calling your shots and doing, you know, pulling your strings. So that was not going to be sustainable. But yeah, I lucked out, man. I feel very fortunate. While I was building that corporate career, my buddy Greg, he was an engineer during the day, and he had, you know, started learning some stuff about passive income and got connected with some great mentorship actually. And you know, like outside of his job, he was pulling in some pretty decent passive cash flow, which was cool. I didn't really know too much about like passive income. I just, you know, I was all about like making more money. I didn't really know much about like passive income, but you know, I thought he was just talking about like $500, $600, $700 a month. Turns out dude was pulling like 70 grand a year outside of his job. I'm like, that's your side thing, dude? Wow. Hook a brother up, man. What's going on? That's your side thing, and it's passive? What the heck? What am I doing, dude? And he said something that I never forgot. He was just like, Mark, well, wealth isn't about what you do, it's about how you think. And I'm just, you know, I'm learning from some really good dudes. I'm like, cool, what are we learning, man? You know, what are we learning, and who are these people, and what's going on? And so I'm just very fortunate. I feel very blessed that I just got educated on the game and how making money works, and, you know, that time money balance, and, you know, whatever. And so, yeah, by the time I was 27, the passive income was like twice the day job income. And so that's when I left my job. That was, about 11 years ago, 12 years ago. And so it's been cool, you know, just being able to like call your own shot. Now, no one's balling out of control with, you know, 150 grand of like passive cash flow, right? But, you know, if it's solid and consistent, you know, you have time and you have options. And especially when you're like creative, like yourself, you know, you get it. Like when you have time and you got some cash, it's a very happy place, you know. It's been fun. So yeah, I helped a few other startups get off the ground over the last handful of years. I helped like a Chinese company expand to the US. I was part of their North American executive team, did that for a few years, and co-authored a book a couple years ago. And that's when I was a guest on JC's podcast once upon a time. And that was a few years ago. My buddy I co-authored it with, he was in finance. And has David ever done a podcast show?
Yeah, he did 89 or something like that.
Got it.
But yeah.
Yeah, he's a Wall Street guy, White House guy. He was an intern at the White House. He was an aide with Obama, and worked in wealth management and that kind of stuff. So we co-authored a book a handful of years ago. It was like a success and personal development book for like the millennial generation. I'm kind of on the front end of that, and so it's been fun, man. But owning the life, and just not needing to worry about the cash flow every 3 seconds, and being able to call your own shots, and nothing goes on your calendar unless you want it to go on your calendar. That's, to me, that's what I want. And that's why JC, when he started having kids, he's like, so what's up with that? I'm like, what is up with it, man? Like, you tell me. He's like, I kind of, cash flow is good. I'm like, it's great, actually. So we should chat. So yeah, that's what we got reconnected maybe like a year ago in terms of like actually, being in touch. And he's a good dude. So, but I love it, man. I love that you're, the creative juices are flowing, that you're building something for yourself. I love that you want to actually help out like these other guys, you know, your brothers and cousins and all that kind of stuff. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So I don't know if any of that stuff in my story, if I don't know if any of that is, you know, makes sense or feels like something that might be of value or service or, you know, interesting or whatever to your goals and what you're trying to do. But I'm just, you know, always good to be connected with good people.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know what you're talking about. Like at 21, 21 is when I started doing Jack Sparrow because I didn't know what else to do. And I was a shy kid for the most part. So it got me out of my shell and it got me social, very social, because I just lived the character. And that's kind of where everything went up. I was on, did back and forth. I worked a number of jobs. I worked in sunglass optics for like 7 years. Didn't go anywhere. I was supposed to move up the ladder. Stupid stuff happened, and I didn't. Then another company bought out the company, and they were going to give me my own store and stuff. So I'm like, I don't like the corporate world much. But you know, things led to each other. I ended up moving out to Nashville. Worked as an extra just for fun on the show Nashville. So some drama. I'd never seen an episode of my life. I heard they were looking for extras, and I jumped on the show and ended up getting casted as like a major extra or something. So I'm in all sorts of different scenes, and I could change my look so often, shave my beard, put different outfits on where they could put me in the background on so many different episodes, and people wouldn't recognize me. And it's actually where I met my wife. I met my wife on a scene.
No way.
Together, and she's like, we should lock arms because we're supposed to be dating. So I just flexed the whole time. But then like I was flexing for 2 hours because there was a bunch of takes. But yeah, one thing leads to another. So I mean, I never realized how like just random connections, random things. So I'm kind of a go with the flow kind of person. And you know, when JC, I feel bad because he's been asking me about this for a while, and it's just one thing after another. I've been so busy, but you know, I love what I'm doing. I love being busy. I can't sit around and do nothing for very long because I'll make myself busy doing something. So, but
that's cool.
Passive income's always good, and it's something that I kind of was raised about. I don't ever put my eggs in one basket. That's why I have, you know, when I was in Tennessee, I was doing, I was helping with real estate auctions. I got my real estate license. I was remodeling a house. I was working as just helping out the optics company at the time. I was a pro staff with them until they offered me a full-time position, and then, you know, drone work and other stuff. So I always try to have 5-6 things going on that bring in income. So that way, if one thing falls through, then I have, you know, 4 or 5 other things that will always take care of. Because the last thing I ever like worrying about is money. I just like to do stuff, and I always have crazy ideas that I'm pursuing and most of my hobbies cost a lot of money. Firearms, cameras. I mean, geez, for this hunt, I'm filming this whole hunt. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, this hunt, I'm filming the whole thing, and I'm trying to make so youth and millennials aren't into hunting. A lot of them are very against it. They don't understand it. And so I'm but hunting channels are so boring. I mean, it's just a bunch of kind of old redneck dudes running around the woods shooting animals, and that's what a lot of people see hunting as. And so I want to try to do, like, I watch all sorts of channels, like the Nelk Boys, who are just ridiculous and they get drunk all the time and do stupid stuff. But my brother like idolizes their channel, and I'm like, well, how do I do that? But to do this for something good that helps, you know, nature, helps animals, helps conservation, helps these kids do something. You know, with this whole COVID stuff, people are freaking out and buying toilet paper. Nobody knows how to survive if something went down. Everyone's calling me, asking questions about guns and ammo and stuff and hunting. And I'm like, you know, I'd love to do something. So I'm filming this whole hunt, which is going to be interesting since I'm going to be hunting myself and filming it. Because normally I'm behind the camera, not in front of it. So I'm going to be doing both this time. And so I had to buy all my hunting equipment, and I had to buy all my camera equipment I'm using for this one. But Right On paid for the rest of it. So that was pretty cool. They offered to, because I was going to pay for the whole thing. And they were just like, no, we know you're going to shoot content for us, so why don't we help cover some of it? I'm like, cool. I can focus on the stuff I need to get. But yeah, the passive income and the income from the other sources is always awesome for me because I literally am always doing something and spending money on stuff and trying to do something cool or trying to do some crazy adventure with my brothers or someone else because, you know, you only get one life. And I've just turned 30 and I don't have a lot of super young years to climb mountains and do other stuff that I love to do. So
Yeah. And, you know, do you plan on kids at some point later on?
No, probably not.
Probably not.
And if it happens, it happens. My wife and I are really not at that point. I don't think we probably will. We'll probably have a lot of dogs, horses,
Rabbits.
If I could, I see, as much as I love I love bears a lot. One day I would love to do, I'm sure you've seen the Tiger King or heard of Tiger King.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to actually rescue a bear from like a circus or something, but actually give it, you know, land to run around on and something like that. So as much as I want to hunt the bear and get a cool bear rug, I also would love to save a bear. So I'm like an animal lover, but I also love to hunt. So it's kind of goes weirdly hand in hand.
That's funny.
So, but yeah, no kids, just
Save the predators.
Yeah.
But so when you say, because obviously you got a lot of things in the fire, when you're talking about like you've always been interested and excited about passive income, like what kind of stuff have you done in that world, and what have you built different streams of passive income? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I do like website management and stuff. I did websites and stuff for years. There's a number of them that I still slightly manage. I spend maybe about 2 minutes a month on them. And they bring in a good amount of income doing that, which is good because it took me a while to build that up and build those clients up.
Yeah.
All this stuff I try to do, I either try to get other people to run with me. I've done a lot of work with my dad, and built up stuff there where I'm not doing as much. I used to work 40 hours a week with my dad's company. Now I work maybe 10. So as little as work as possible. I don't do a lot of investing and stuff. I thought about doing some investing. I should have bought some Apple stocks before this COVID stuff happened. But or during the COVID when they all crashed and I'm not big into stocks. I don't get numbers. I'm not good with math and stuff like that. So it's more build stuff up and then get someone to help manage that until it starts making them money and makes me money. So
yeah. Oh, dude, that's the whole B quadrant. So actually, most of have you ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad?
Yeah, long time ago. My dad made me read it a couple times, actually.
It's a good dad, man. That's a good dad.
Yeah.
Well done. Most dads have no clue that even exists. They're too busy telling everyone, go to school, get a good education, get a good job, and work for someone else. So that's really cool. What kind of business does your family own, by the way?
My dad has owned a business consulting company since 1990, so about 30 years now, actually, because he started the same year I was born.
He was a guest too.
Yep.
Dad was?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Then he also works very closely and helped establish a nonprofit organization, which he does a lot of stuff with. So it gave me a lot of tremendous opportunities. I got to go to Africa and shoot video when I was like 11 or 12 years old. And he's traveled to like Russia, Israel, a number of other places. I think he was supposed to go to another trip this year, but I don't think that's happening. So, but
nice. But basically that. So he talks about the quadrants. Do you remember that?
Kind of.
The cash flow quadrant. But it's he talks about active versus passive income and just there's 4 different quadrants and whatnot. But most people when they think about passive income, they think about the I quadrant, so like stocks and real estate and that kind of stuff. And so that's kind of the default. But the B quadrant is like the passive income quadrant that people know the least about typically. But that's like, to me, that's everything. I mean, we've built multiple streams of passive income, then the biggest ones are in the B quadrant, but like most people don't understand it. And so literally as you're talking about that, like that's B quadrant stuff, I mean, that's like you build, you're not afraid of doing work, but you just don't want to have to do the same work forever. So you build stuff in a way that eventually doesn't require you for the rest of your life. Right.
Yeah.
And that's a rare mindset, dude. It's a rare mindset. Most people are too busy being, I don't know, man. They don't understand money. They don't understand like scale. They think like, oh, well, if you're making money off of someone, it's weird. It's just like, what are you talking about, man? Like it's capitalism. Like
it's business. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand how it works. I
just
told
about how
myself too when I came on, I was like, like I haven't had a real job, I guess, in years. I've never wanted a real job, but there's the reason I really believe in the company and stuff. I'm like, But the way I'm going to look at this job is as if this company's my own company. And that's why I treat it. And that's one of the reasons he brought me on, is because, you know, I do anything for, I believe in the product, I believe in the company. You know, I want to build the position I'm in where at some point, you know, I'm on a board of directors, or, you know, managing the whole media position. So I don't have to run their social media. I don't have to run their stuff. I want to build it up to something where, you know, I can be a part of something big, but, you know, I'll spend the years working for it. But eventually it gets to a point where I'm not going to do the work the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We built a pretty large direct sales business, and, you know, just built it and scaled it in a way that didn't require us forever. And so it's about building leaders and building systems and building things in a way that's not going to just take a toll for the rest of your life, you know? And so just being smart about what you build, dude, that's super rare. Most people, like, the little bit they know about passive income, and they watched a few like real estate YouTube videos or something, and they're just like, oh yeah, I know all about passive income. I'm like, do you though?
Yeah,
Do you?
I've done some research lately because I keep seeing those ads for the dude that does like Amazon, or sets up a whole Amazon. You don't have to do nothing. All you have to do is, I don't know. And like, you know, I've been part of those few of those, like Melaleuca, or what's the other one? I can't remember what it was. It was years ago.
Yeah.
They're like the multi-level marketing ones.
Yep.
I've done a few of those over the years. And and then, you know, I just done a lot of research, and I've learned a lot of lessons. I wasted a lot of money on some things, but, you know, it's like, I have another guy that I work with, and he's like, yeah, I'm working with a guy, and he's doing some stuff with Amazon or something, and it's like an extra $2,000 a month for me. I'm like, that's awesome, dude. So I've been looking at more of that stuff and doing more research and stuff, because, like I said, I don't like all my eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
I like tons of options. And
sure. Oh, dude. Well, we should talk at some point a little bit more. I mean, I didn't necessarily know that, you know, where the chat was going to go today, but you know, there's a lot of really smart ways of building stuff, and there's a lot of really, like, there's a lot of ways to waste time. Yeah, most people don't understand. They think passive income, I don't know if there's a YouTube video or something that, you know, where people define passive income as, oh, well, you got to make money when you sleep. If you make money when you sleep, that's passive income. That's not passive income. That means you set up something where you can, like, get an order while you're asleep. That's not passive. Like, my definition of passive is, if you leave it alone for 6 months, can at least sustain without you. Yeah. Right? Like, if it does this the second you're away from it, that's not passive. Like, it's gonna die at some point, and that's not what, you know, ultimately what I was after. That's not it. And so, you know, I dig Amazon business. I've got a good buddy of mine, like my best friend from 3rd grade. He's built a really solid Amazon business. You know, it's 40, 50 grand of revenue a month, that kind of thing. But it's not passive. Like, yeah, he'll tell you the same thing. He's just like, if he takes his foot off the gas pedal, I mean, he's up against Amazon, you know, like Amazon is looking at all of your numbers, you know, and then if you're doing really well, they'll just launch Amazon basics of whatever you're doing. And now you're running an Amazon business against Amazon. Good luck, you know? And so he's under no delusions. Like, he understands, like, it's a really great way to be, you know, run a self-employed business, you know, like it's super flexible, it's a phenomenal platform. But yeah, for some reason, I don't know, people have equated an order coming in while you sleep with passive income, and I disagree wholeheartedly. I just could not disagree more, because if it goes down without,
that would be my definition of passive: minimum to no work. So
yeah, you know, like, and again, if it takes work to get there, like, I'm all about it. I got no problem working hard. I just don't want to work hard forever and, like, have nothing to show for it. You know, it's like, well, it's what with Ray Kroc did. I mean, he just, you know, like, when you build a franchise, you teach someone how to run the franchise, but then you've got a franchise fee coming in. But then, like, if their franchise bombs, well, that's on you too, right? So, like, you want them to succeed, but you're not physically there. And so it's like a mutually beneficial thing, right? Like, you want to help them succeed, so you empower them as much as possible and create systems that can help them, but, like, and they're winning, but then you're not physically tied to it, and you're getting low, you know, you're getting a percentage of it as well. And, you know, that model.
I love the movie The Founder.
Yeah.
It's such a great movie because it was like, I mean, first of all, people don't know that McDonald's is like the biggest real estate. They're not in the fast food business; they're in the real estate business. They do have fast food, but they own more real estate, I think, in the world than anyone else.
Yeah.
And they can unload it at any time almost, which is awesome. And that's how they kept control of it because he's like, oh, I got all these franchises. Nobody's following the rules. They're selling hot dogs and stuff. He's like, I'll just buy it, lease it to them. Boom. They run it and they follow our rules. Otherwise, they lose the lease to it and we sell the property off. And it's just great. And people watch those movies like, oh, he's a bad guy because of this and that. And I'm like, I watch the movies because I want to learn how not to be the guys that get screwed over by them or the guys that get screwed over in the whole Facebook
or just see it for yourself.
Like that. Be a good businessman and learn how to work with people.
I love the movie. I quote it often because a lot of times, especially when we're talking about, okay, if we're potentially like partnering with someone or going through that vetting process, right? I'm just like, okay, so I kind of recommend it to people. I'm like, it's a great movie if you get a second to watch it, but just know that montage when they go from like being small to like being all over the country, like that's years. Okay, like it's a 2-minute movie montage, but that's years, bro. Like, please make no mistake. Like
they always make all the hard work, the montages in every movie.
Yeah, I'm just like that.
I've created a lot of my own montages. I know how much goes into those. So
yeah, and they're covering a lot of ground in those couple minutes, man. And it doesn't happen overnight, but it's really interesting. Everyone's got their own. They see things with their own like lens, right? And obviously, it is a real estate company. I mean, they're phenomenal, and they've got some of the best real estate. I see when I look at it because I'm a time guy, right? So I see a time machine, man. I mean, he has duplicated his time and his productivity 30,000 times over. It's like, so in any given work day, even like any given lunch rush, right? I've done the math on it. Like, if McDonald's is open 2 hours, well, that 2 hours is being multiplied 30,000 times over, right? So really he gets paid on 60,000 hours of productivity. And when you do the math, it's 30 years of pay. So every 2 hours McDonald's is open, they get paid for 30 years worth of work for like
cloning yourself. Like my dad always said, clone yourself. How do you clone yourself and make money cloning yourself? Absolutely.
Yeah. And a lot of the, it sounds like, some of the things that you've had experience with and some stuff, in the direct sales world or whatever, a lot of that stuff, it just, sometimes it's built, most of the time it's built on like, it's a good way to have like self-employed income. It's like you sell a couple products and, it's like sales and recruiting and it's just whatever, but like when we're talking about systems, you can also do it in a way that's like systematized. And like, that's like we built our biggest stream of passive income was building a direct sales business, but doing it with like a franchise mindset and model and system. And so like the people that you're running with, like you're running with great people because you vet them, right? Like you don't work with anyone unless you vet them for like 3-4 weeks. And then when you're partnered up with them, like it's wildly productive, but then there's a system and it's like franchising meets e-commerce. And it was like everything that I was hoping it would be. And it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, systematizing and cloning yourself is everything, bro.
Yeah.
Your dad, I'm telling you, like your dad's my new favorite person. I like this dude. And I like that you're close with all your brothers as well. I got 2 boys.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that they and we'll probably have a third at some point soon, boy, girl, whatever. But I just my prayer for your kids, if you go down that road, you want them to love each other and
there's been some bumps in the road. 2 of my brothers didn't talk for almost a year because of opposing view sets. One of my brothers is, I'd say, a little bit more on the left-leaning side, which is surprising he gets along with me with the guns and all that stuff, guns and hunting and all that. And the other one's a lot like me, but recently they rekindled their friendship. So that's kind of cool. And one of them is still not talking to my dad that much, but we're working on some of that stuff. And I'm like, I went through a year where I didn't talk to my dad, but now I talk to my dad almost every day. We work closely together, and it's really awesome to have that. But yeah, my dad's a great guy. He a lot of the stuff I learned from him. A lot of the stuff took me forever to learn on my own. I could have learned from him if I had just paid attention. So I wish I would have. It would have saved me a lot of time, money, and probably a lot of heartache and, sweat and tears. So
yeah.
But,
well, if if creating some other streams of passive income, if that's like a priority, we should probably chat. I mean, go do your bear hunt and do all that kind of stuff. But if that's like an actual priority, we should chat a little bit. I mean, there's nothing wildly complicated about what we do, but it's, again, just people have to have the right mindset and want to build something. It's not just like throw money at something and then it just like, build. It's got, it takes some grit and it takes some grind, but that's why
I never really got into the stocks and all that stuff. I don't like gambling. I like to go for sure. I mean,
it's gambling for lawyers. I don't know. That's how
I
see it.
I took my brother to Vegas for his 21st birthday in January because I was there for SHOT Show, and so he came out the last day. And I don't like casinos. I hate casinos. I don't like odds. I don't like math, any of that stuff. But we went to the casino for fun, and I'm like, okay. So he's like, how much should I bring to the casino? I'm like, exactly how much you want to lose. Not a penny more. If you win something, great. I'm like, you will lose everything you bring to the casino, and you shouldn't be bummed about that. So we had a great time, and we had more fun betting against each other. So we go into the opposite roulette tables and bet against who could walk out with the most money was the game versus who could walk out winning something. So I'm like, it's all about perspective. I go to casinos and I bring about as much as I bring to like Dave and Buster's to lose.
Yeah.
I spent $200 at Dave and Buster's.
It's a great fun little diversion. If you go see a show for a couple $100, you go spend a couple $100 at the casino. Whatever.
We didn't realize until probably the last day, and we had been there all night buying drinks, that when you're gambling, you get free drinks. And we didn't realize that because the girl kept coming up and asking if we wanted drinks. So I'm like, no, we're good. We kept going to the bar and getting some and kept bringing them back. And then finally, I'm like, wait, how much are the drinks? And she said, oh, they're free. I'm like,
dang it.
We're not doing this right. We should have planned this out better.
That's what you get for being
more
a
money
rookie.
on alcohol.
That's what you get for being a rookie. But yeah, I mean, if it's an actual priority to you, we should pick up that chat when you get back.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, cool. Rock and roll, man. When's your trip?
I leave I'm trying to decide if I want to leave the 19th. So I'm leaving next Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I'll be gone for about a week till the 27th. Yeah, 27th.
Nice.
So I may get back a few days sooner, but
let's pick up a chat in June or something.
Yeah, June would be good because we're moving our offices. Our company the Right On Optics company, they just bought another building. So they're moving their building for the third time in like 3 years because we're scaling so fast. So the rest of this month after I get back from my bear hunt, as soon as I get back from my bear hunt, the next day I'm helping move. So I'm going to be sore from a bear hunt, moving stuff. But they're building me a whole studio and everything, which is awesome. And
wow.
They love it because I bring most of my own camera gear into the mix. But they always tell me, hey, there's stuff you need, let us know. But I'm like, yeah, one of these days I'll get a red camera.
Yeah. Make them pick up the bill for that one.
Yeah, those aren't cheap.
Don't self-fund that one, bro.
Yeah.
Get them to pay for it.
Yeah, for
Get
sure.
them to pay for it. But yeah, we'll pick up the chat, man. You seem like a really good dude, and I'm excited to see to see you excited about the future you're building and continue to build. It's cool, and being smart with your money all along the way. It's what you got to do. Especially if you're married.
I like your shirt, by the way, too. My brother would love it too. He's a big fan of Supreme. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did a video for him. He had a bunch of Supreme stuff he bought, and he wanted to flex on all his friends. So I did this cool little video just showing off all his stuff for him. And his like Instagram thing is like take or break. And so I did it take or break in like the Supreme logo type thing for him. It was pretty cool. But yeah, it's on my website with a bunch of my other video examples.
Yeah, so. I'm looking forward to checking some of the stuff out, man. So stay safe on your bear hunt.
Yeah.
And we'll reconnect when you're back. JC, can you set up like a little three-way text or something?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
Was there
hopefully nothing happens to me on my hunt. I'm gonna have to set up some stuff if something happens.
Hey John, just a recommendation. Check out Mark's book, by the way, if you can.
Okay. What's it called?
It's called The Delusion of Passion.
Okay.
The Delusion of Passion: Why Millennials Struggle to Find Success. It's on Amazon, audiobook, whatever. So
Okay. Oh yeah. I mean, because I have a 16-hour drive to Idaho. I don't like flying if I don't have to, especially when I have guns and camera gear. So,
Oh yeah,
so
16 hours of that. Yeah, that's no joke.
yeah. So I usually listen to audiobooks and stuff while I do that.
Are you doing that solo, or are you going with some of your crew?
I'm going by myself on this one. I'm meeting now. We have so Right On Optics has pro staffers all over the country, and 2 of them live out in Idaho. Or actually, 3 of them live out in Idaho. So I'm meeting up with them. They've actually been out the last 3 weeks setting up for this bear hunt and baiting and all this other stuff and scouting. So they did like 90% of the work for me. They're making it like super easy for me. I'm like, this would have normally cost me a lot of money to do this bear hunt. So I mean, my motto is anything I love to do, I figure out how to turn it into a business. So and make money doing it. So I mean, I got on Instagram to get into guns because guns are expensive. And so anything I love to do, I try to make a business out of it so I can do it for free.
Do it for free and then turn it into some cash flow potentially. Nice.
Yeah. So this one I'm shooting videos for different companies. I got a backpack company, a camo company, the Right On Optics. So I've turned it into all this stuff. So I'm going to have money coming in from that. Just doing something I love doing, and I didn't have to pay more for most of the gear either, which is awesome.
I can be honest with you. It's when we, like whenever we pick up this chat, it's so, I think, the world that we live in, what I actually love about it so much is being able to, like, it's so brilliantly simple. And it's like lives in everyday kind of stuff. And it's just like, okay, well, this kind of stuff is happening. Like, let's just turn it into turn liabilities into assets and just be smart about how we're doing things. And I'm just like, this is the most simple and bafflingly brilliant thing on the planet. So it sounds like you've actually figured out how to do that with your work right now. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Got it. Cool. Well, looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, check out that book and
we'll get all connected and stuff. What's that?
I'll check out the book and I'll download it and listen to it.
Yeah, and there's a couple other books. I mean, you got a 16-hour ride. I'll shoot out. I'll text you over a couple other audio books and some of the favorites. And you got a second.
And if you have podcasts or whatever, I'm on Spotify Premium too, so I'm always listening to podcasts and stuff on there and all that stuff. So.
Dig it. Well, rock and roll, man. Well, it's good getting connected with you, JC. You're a good dude, man.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
All right, brother. Take care of yourself. Have fun on your bear trip, man. Looking forward to seeing some big nasty pictures. And I'm guessing your Instagram is on your website and stuff.
Yeah, John's Horizon, same thing, just on Instagram, and then Facebook, John's Horizon, same too. So pretty much everything's John's Horizon besides my YouTube because I don't have enough followers for my own YouTube name yet because I don't ever focus on YouTube ever. I just put my videos up on there for my website. So all my major stuff is on Instagram. So
yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'll check it down. I'm just Mark Anthony Nathan.
Okay.
Check it down. Cool.
All right, brother. He just got 10,000 followers. Mark did.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't do anything with it.
His wife was very happy about that the other night.
8,500. So I'm trying to hit that 10,000 mark, but.
Oh, got it. Well, cool. Well, and as we chat more and we'll do stuff, it'll be fun. Cool. All right, gentlemen. Sounds good. We'll chat more soon. God bless. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, JC.
No problem.